Okay, so greetings from Hirakata City in Osaka Prefecture, and today we're going to explore the Kouri housing complex, and it is along this Keyaki Street, and it is famous for these tree-lined boulevards. And it is early February. So the trees are not really in bloom right now. But we're going to take a walk around this neighborhood. And I am here today because this is one of the 8 beautiful spots of Hirakata. So on the 35th anniversary of the city of Hirakata, the people voted and chose their 8 most beautiful spots of the city. And I'm going to be making a video for each of those 8 spots. And this is one of them. And I believe this is my 5th spot to visit. And I got 3 more to go. I've never been here before, so I may make a wrong turn or get lost. So we're just going to walk around and explore a little bit. So this is the main street here, and it's called Keyaki Dori, and Dori means street. And Keyaki is the Zelkova trees. And I had never heard of Zelkova trees before. But I think it's kind of an elm tree, like a special species of the Japanese elm. Nice little waterway here. Very nice, pleasant. So I believe there's an elementary school over here called Kaisei Elementary School. And it's supposed to have some nice trees. And actually here, this is Kaisei Koen, Kaisei Park. So let's go in and explore. Again, this is my first time, so I have no idea what we're going to see. So I took the bus to get here from Hirakata Station, and I think it took about 11 minutes. It wasn't very far at all. I probably could have come here by bicycle. But looking at the map, Looked like there were a lot of turns, and I was afraid I would get lost coming here, so just to save time, I took the bus. About 11 minutes, I think it was 230 yen, just over $2. So it's really convenient from the station. So maybe that's the elementary school. Yeah, it's a nice little park. It's got some benches. I think this area, I think these are maple trees. You kind of see a panorama view. Lots of tall apartment buildings. It's a residential area. So just a little history of this place. This was actually used by the Army back in 1945. And there was a factory here called the Kauri factory. The Army used it back during the war. And after the war in 1957, maybe the city of Hirakata, along with the Japan Housing Corporation, decided to turn this into kind of a new town. Yeah, there's a nice panoramic view. So I guess when they say new town, it's kind of like a post-industrial, maybe make it a more livable place with lots of apartment buildings. And of course a lot of green space. And I think that's why this place was chosen as one of the 8 beautiful spots. So here we go. And here's a map of the Kouri Danshi area. So a danshi is a housing complex, and Kouri is the name of the place where we are. And give me a minute. Yeah, so I started the video here, and then I came down the Keyaki Street, and then I turned right and went through the park. So we're gonna take a walk down the Keyaki Street, the Zelkova tree boulevard, and then we're gonna go down Icho Street, and Icho Street is the ginkgo trees. And so the Keyaki Street again is the Zelkova trees, which would be the Japanese elm, and then of course the ginkgo trees on Icho Street. And we can see the maple trees maybe here in this area. So I guess this new town, as I was saying, it's kind of like a new modern city, kind of like a city within a city. Just a residential area, but maybe with an emphasis with the balance of nature and urban area. take a walk along this water. This is really nice. It's very clean. Okay, so it looks like it wraps around the side. So I'm going to go back to Keyaki Street and follow that main street down to Iちょう通りfor the ginkgo trees. It is very peaceful here. I wonder if this place is expensive. Looks like a nice bakery restaurant over there. St. Mark. So here we are, back on the main street, Keyaki Street. So again, Keyaki is a kind of Japanese elm. There's some information in Japanese, but you can see the Zelkova Serrata Makino, and it can be found in Korea, China, Taiwan, of course here in Japan. So you probably can't see this outside of East Asia. But these trees have been used for bonsai. Of course, a lot of people know bonsai. Type of ornamental trees used for decorations. So this Keyaki, maybe on a miniature version, can be used for bonsai. This is maybe a neighborhood branch of Hirakata City Hall. The post office. So as I said, this is probably the worst time of the year to come here. The trees are not in bloom. But I think in the springtime, the summer, and especially in the fall, must be really beautiful. Here's a police station. So if you come here to Kouri Danchi, the Kouri housing complex, especially in maybe late March or early April, the cherry blossoms would be in bloom. And two places you can go would be Sakura Park, Sakura Koen, and Kanonyama Koen, Kanonyama Park. Those would be two good places to see the cherry blossoms in this area. Okay, there's a grocery store. This looks interesting. Renga Hiroba. And again, this is a continuation of the water. I think this is where the stream, it just goes alongside the main street. It's dry right here. They have some boutiques, some patisserie. Daimaru has a little store. But that is not Daimaru like the department store. Looks like a hair salon. This almost reminds me of like a strip mall in the US. There's a coffee shop with outdoor tables and chairs. Cafe Sanbankan Plus. That's very rare. It's very rare to see a place with outdoor dining. And here looks like an Italian place. Pizza and meat. Looks good. I had no idea about this place. Wow. I can see how people would live here and they would never go to Hirakata Shi Station. You have everything here. Dental clinic, pharmacy. So Konoba. Here's another place, another bakery, Petit Blanc. I see a lot of French bakeries, a lot of French influence maybe. with outdoor dining. Here's Yamaha. Looks like a motorbike shop. Okay, so here's a map of the flowing water. So here we are, and I guess this is the very end or beginning, and it goes all the way across this Kouri Danchi, the housing complex, all the way up to the top. Kind of like a information map of this flowing water area. Wow, very cool. Peacock store. There's a snail. Looks like okonomiyaki. They do takeout. And okonomiyaki is one of these specialties from Osaka City. They also have a table here to eat outside. Okonomiyaki is it's definitely not a pancake, but you could think of kind of type of pancake with some sauce, and then it's got cabbage or lettuce. You can put seafood in there. It's good. It's very good. So if you come to Osaka, try to get some okonomiyaki. Peacock store. Kouri Gaoka is the location here. And I think we're getting close to the Iちょう通り, the Ginkgo Street. Ah, there it is. Go, 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 go. Hirakata Hakke. This is it. So this is the 8 beautiful spots of Hirakata. So down here, it says on the 35th anniversary, kind of creating this pride in Hirakata. They had this vote among the local people of the 8 most beautiful spots, and I'm not sure what year this is. Let's see, about 1984 maybe. Showa 59 on October 1st. And this is kind of a little map showing the 8 famous spots for Hirakata. And here you can see the cherry blossoms in full bloom. So again, that would be late March, early April. And then maybe this is the view in the fall. So you can see the red, yellow, green, orange colors of the leaves of the Keyaki. So here's some information in Japanese only. So Kouri Danchi no Namiki. Nami is like a wave, so it's kind of like tree-lined or tree-covered boulevards. And this is it. And again, like I said, this is maybe the worst time of the year to visit. But it's a nice place to come for a walk. It's very peaceful. There's an Indian restaurant and gyoza, kind of Chinese style dumplings. Yeah, these apartments look really nice. New, modern. So you probably noticed that I always wait for the traffic signal to turn green to cross, and in general in Japan, people follow the pedestrians follow the street signs very strictly. Very few countries obey the pedestrian signs. There you can see maybe some support for wisteria, Fujidana, the support system there. So maybe in April or May you can enjoy the wisteria trees, flowers. This is a really nice area. It does kind of have like a European feel to it, or the street seems a little wider than normal. A lot of trees, a lot of greenery. It's colorful too. Looks like a elementary school. So yeah, going back to the street signs, if you come to Japan, you definitely want to follow the street signs. You don't want to be that one foreigner who comes and breaks all the rules here. You know, they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. And so just be respectful of the traffic. As a pedestrian, especially if you come to Japan, you'll probably do a lot of walking. You don't really need a car to live in Japan. Of course, it does make your life more convenient, but you can get around quite well just with a bicycle, walking, and taking public transportation. I think we're getting close to the Ginkgo Street. Just to show you how good the public transportation is here. I'm gonna go up here. We're gonna turn right and go down the Ginkgo Street. And we're gonna go to the end of that street. And I've never been there, but on the map I saw that there was a bus stop. And that's where I'm gonna take the bus back to Hirakata Station. And so I don't even know much about the bus routes, what bus numbers go there. But I know that every bus either starts or finishes there at Hirakata Station. So I don't have to worry so much. As long as I know there's a bus stop, like right there, I'm good. I can get almost anywhere. So Hirakata Station, Shi means city. Hirakata City Station is the main station in Hirakata, but there's another major station called Kuzuha. So it would be the number 2 most important station in Hirakata. But it's a strong number 2. And so there are a lot of pedestrians, of course, in Japan, and the cars are very respectful of the pedestrians. The pedestrians do have the right of way. So here's kind of a view of the road, and you can imagine what it might look like if you come here in the fall, maybe in November. Okay, so here we are on Icho Street. Again, Dori means street, so it's kind of redundant. But Icho is ginkgo tree. And so that's what these are. And of course, worst time of the year to be here, but hey, why not? Lots of apartments. You can see they have numbers. This one is a D7, D8, Kouri Central Nishi, D6, D5. Wow, this sidewalk is really wide for Japanese. For a Japanese city, this is really spaced out. Again, I feel like this could be in Europe or in the US. But yet it's still very manageable by foot. So this is a little park here, and just looking on Google Maps, there's so many parks in this area. Of course, we went to one at the beginning of the video, the Kaisei Koen, and here's another one. It's very small. I think the name of it is Sankakike Koen, which would be kind of triangle park. You can see that's exactly what it is. A park in the shape of a triangle. Wow, yeah, this looks it's really wide open space. I'm just going to cross the street here to give you an idea. Look at that. This is so rare in Japan, especially here in Osaka Prefecture. These houses, look at this. It's like a modern architecture building, kind of minimalist. You can see different styles of houses. Some are modern, some keep the old traditional Japanese style. Here. Look at this. Very cool. It's one of the things I like about Japan. They keep that old traditional style, but keep it very modern and classy. And there, it's a traditional Japanese house. It turned out to be a nice day today. This house, wow. Very bright. Most Japanese houses use a lot of brown, dark colors. It was supposed to rain today. I thought I would be stuck inside all day. But actually it rained overnight. Rain passed over, and we have a pretty good day today. In fact, I'm getting a little hot. Oh, look at this. Looks like a Western house, Western style. There's a pink house. It's extremely rare. That looks like something from the Caribbean. Give you there's very little traffic here. It is so quiet. You can still see a lot of phone booths in Japan. Much more than in other countries. I don't know if people use them, but you can see. It's a phone booth. These are really hard to find in the US. see a lot of foreign import cars here. Audi, Mercedes. And there it is,いちょう通り. So let's do this. Looks like there's a park right here. This is a Yodomi Coin, Yodomi Park. And we'll look around here. And there's a bus stop here. And I think this is where I'll just jump on the bus and head back to Hirakata Station. So let's take a look at this park. There it is, Yodomi Coin. And yeah, there's the bus stop, Yodomi Coin bus stop. Looks like they have about 2 or 3 buses an hour. So if I miss it, I might just go back to the main street where they have more frequent buses. So the Yodogawa is the main river flowing through Hirakata from Kyoto down to Osaka. And so I wonder if this Yodomi, if that refers to a park that you can see the Yodo River from. So it looks like there's a view over here. And to the left again, the wisteria. Of course it's not in bloom now, but you can see the support system called a Fujidani. And so again, that would be in late April or early May. So can we see the Yodogawa? I don't know. You can see really far. And I wonder in the distance if that really tall building is Abe no Haruka's in Osaka. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, lots of housing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Yodogawa is just over there. Looks like we have a little hill. Kumon. It's a nice little park. Lots of hills, stairs. Maybe Gotai Kaikon, kind of a meeting community center, maybe. Okay, so here we are. We're back at the entrance to, this is Yodomi Koen, Yodomi Park. And so this is where I'm going to end the video. There's a bus stop there. I'll see when the next bus is. And if I have to wait a long time, I may go back to the busy street and catch a more frequent bus. So anyway, so that's all for today. Okay, the camera is going crazy. Hold on. Okay, I think that should do it. So anyway, I just want to end this video, and I don't know why the camera is going crazy. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Hope you enjoyed it. This was Kouri Housing Complex. You can come here and see the Zelkova trees, the elm trees, and of course the ginkgo trees. And again, if you come here, I'd recommend coming maybe in the spring, summer, or fall. Or if you have a beautiful day like this in the winter time, why not? Just come and enjoy the wide open boulevards. You could go to a cafe, sit outside, and you could also do your shopping here as well. So anyway, I think that's all for today. Again, this is the Kouri Housing Complex. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. See ya. Okay, so I'm going to add on just one final part of this video, but I came across this, and this is開成公園中央公園. This is Central Park for the Kouri Housing Complex, and it is a pretty big park, especially on Japanese standards. You can see there's a lot of wide open space here. We're just going to take a quick walk around the park, and then I'll wrap up this video. So I haven't explored this park. I just walked in a little bit and decided to film here. Let you see what it looks like. But I can imagine for the people who live here and the Kouri housing complex, this must be a pleasant place to come. Lots of benches. There's a slide for kids. And over there, we can see some more wisteria. Again, it's one of the major flowers that we can see in Japan. There's a big Fujidani, sorry. And yeah, lots of wisteria. Looks like there's a little trail over here. And there's a baseball field in the middle of the park. And it looks like kind of a walking track that goes around the park. There's a 330 sign on the ground. So maybe it's 330 meters for one lap, maybe. Let's see what's up here. Not a bad view. I'm gonna stand on this tree stump. At a 360-degree angle. There's a boy. He saw me filming and he politely bowed. Very well mannered. So yeah, it looks like a walking track. Come here and get some exercise. Of course, watch a baseball game. There's the baseball field. There's a basketball court in the distance. And these are, I think these are cherry blossom trees. So this would be really beautiful. Late March, early April. I really like this area. I had no idea this was in Hirakata. So even though Japan is a very densely populated country, you can still find places like this in the middle of the city. And speaking of population density, there are 126 million people in Japan. Of course, that number is slowly going down, unfortunately. But Japan is about the size of Montana, the state of Montana. And here's a sign, 100, maybe 100 meters from the beginning. Montana has, I think, less than 1 million people. Japan has 126 million in the same land area. So, of course, Montana's not very densely populated, but just a comparison. But in Japan, the population is really packed into just the coastal areas and the big cities. And more than 50% of the population lives on only 2% of the land. So imagine that, more than 50% lives on only 2% of the land. And then of course, most of those are in the big cities. So if you come to Japan, try to get outside of the big cities. And actually, 2/3 of the country, 66% of Japan, is just forest. The majority of this country is covered in forest. And so, lots of mountains and forests, really pure nature. See some beautiful flowers here. So of course, enjoy the big cities. They're very exciting, clean, modern, safe, excellent public transportation. But also enjoy the nature. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the video here. And one more time, this is Kouri Central Chuo Koen, the central park for the Kouri housing complex. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.